Hey everyone, it's Amador, and I'm here with another project for Pixi Dust Designs, and we are using the new release, and this is the birthday balloons. You get all of these balloons for this set. We're also using the stitched rectangle slimline dies, and I also used, just for the little sentiment, one of these little plaques from the Kisses box gift card holder from the previous month's release. So here it is. I have a little shaker card. I have all of these, and this is the slimline card, but it is also a light up card. Yes, I put too many lights? Yes, I probably did. So let me turn off the overhead lights so you guys can see. I used vellum on the cards, the vellum cardstock, to create these little colored images from the birthday it's your birthday stamp set, and these also come with a die right here. So these have a full die set and with several sentiments. I used a few of the images to make it, so go ahead and stick around and we'll go ahead and make this whole card. Yes, this is a lot and this is very bright, and I'll show you the products that I use, so come along and we'll make this. So first we're going to go ahead and stamp the little images from the birthday set, and I went ahead and stamped them on vellum. I stamp them on one side, but I'm going to flip it over and color in with Copic markers on the other side. And I just use one marker per color. As you can see here, I'm using this teal color for the base of the cupcake. And I'm just bouncing back and forth between the images because I'm just literally guessing on what colors I want to use. Because once you flip it over, the reason we're doing this way, once you flip it over, the stamped image will be forward and frontward showing, which makes it a lot more presentable as opposed to you stamping the image and then coloring it with Copics. But I'm just using the same ones, and like I said, I only use one color. I am not doing any shading, any shadowing, anything of that sort. I'm just using individual, so you can use any color you wanted to. I did try to show the caps of the Copics I was using, but I don't know if you can actually see them. I did that for all of them, and I just went ahead and, like I said, I just used one color. It's super easy, and you will see that once you flip it over, the image looks fully colored and you have the outline up front in it. So we're going to be doing a lot of stuff, and I will also have a link to the lights that I use. They are from Amazon, and you'll see them here. I am just testing them out behind to make sure that you can see it through the vellum right here. I will leave the link for that in the description, of course, with the link to the shop for Pixi Dust Designs. Now, here's where I'm using the heart balloon and the various balloon dies to see which one fits better for the images. I just picked two of the cuter images, and then I went ahead and used the regular die cut, the regular die, not the one with the border, but here I am. I have them all set up. I realized I wasn't recording the rest of the card making, but I did use the largest of the stitched rectangles and the second largest to make this frame, because I wanted it to look like a shaker frame, but it's actually, the shaker is going to be the entire card. And this is all some cardstock that I just had. I just felt it was really cute, very party themed, from Maggie Holmes. I believe it was like the Maggie Holmes bloom. I'm not sure. But here I am tracing because I'm going to hand cut out these windows. Here's the funny thing is, I used this die, but I should have used, so I'm telling you right now, don't use this one. I should have used the one that has a stitched frame. So all you do is cut along the line. Now, you'll see in a minute when I'm gluing everything together why I should have used the other one, which is a wider frame. That way, the reason why I did this instead of just cut it out was so the vellum and the frame of the balloon with the stitches in it would be glued on top of it, because the whole thing is going to be the whole light up and / shaker card. So it wasn't until after I started gluing stuff that I realized what I did. I kept it in mainly because that way I can show you the errors that you can make, and you made it work. So here we are. I'm just gluing it I'm gluing the frame to the front because it's all the same size. I cut it all with the stitched rectangle dies, and just to make sure. And now I'm going to go ahead and this is where you'll see where I run into the trouble of what I did. I should have used the die that makes these frames, so I would have the inside of this as the base of the card. It still worked out. I was able to glue it to around the edges. It was a little hard because there was more space than I wanted to missing. As you can see right here, see, you can see the red through the vellum. That's when I realized, oh, dummy, you should have used that die instead of the actual just the die of the line die. But it worked out. I was able to glue it to it. It just took a little bit longer to figure it out. And you want to glue the vellum to the back of this balloon frame, and then glue that to the front of your card front, because you want it all to. No, the reason why we're making the entire thing the doubled, because we need to put in the light cord. So sorry, I'm trying to think of words. So the lights that I used, like I said, you will have a link in the description. The battery pack, it has little screws in it so it doesn't fall out. It has, this one is 3 feet long. And the interesting thing with these, I've already tested them. You can actually cut them down if you don't want as many lights. And maybe I shouldn't have used as many lights, but you can cut it down and they still work. But here I am. I wanted to see where to where to put the actual battery pack and the light switch facing out. The cool thing is that it's got a little light switch facing out. I glued the cord to the side of the battery pack, and then I'm gluing it to the base of the card. As you can see, I added dimensional foam. Now for this one, I had to triple up the foam. So, or you can use some of that fun foam. Some of it is really, really thick, but I went ahead and used this 3M foam that I got from the big box office supply stores. But here I am just trying to figure out where I'm going to put in the lights. Now, as you can see, I finagled these, I work with them, I play with them, and they still worked. So they're pretty sturdy. And what I did was I started from the outside in. I wanted to make sure I had enough lights for all of them, as opposed to starting from one side where one balloon will have so many lights and then the last one wouldn't have anything. I only put one light going to the front of the heart, as you can see here on the left, because that one I was going to intend it being an actual shaker card. An actual shaker. I just filled it up with sequins, like a sequin mix I happen to have that was reddish, kind of Valentine, and some clear iridescent sequins, which is my favorite go-to. So now I'm just adding dimensional foam. Like I said, I tripled it up in the negative spaces, basically to make sure it holds and it's not sagging, or the center part of the card isn't buckling inwards. And here I am just taking off all of the backing from the foam tape, so make sure that I'm ready. So I went ahead and put in, you see here the sequins, I think it was from Whimsy Stamps, and I decide, hey, let me go ahead and back that with some cardstock so it's not fluttering all over the place and I don't have to worry about it. See, now I can move it, I can shake it around, I can figure out where it's going to go. Here I used R22 and R24 to basically just swipe with my Copic markers. This is the only time I actually did some shading. I was trying to get it to work together, so I can use it to die cut this tiny balloon, which is the smallest balloon in the pack. And this is going to be an accent for my sentiment base, for my little sentiment banner. And I went ahead with just a little white gel pen and I made a little dash and a little dot just to give it a little bit of shine. But here I am, I die cut them from these little plaques from the Kisses treat box, and it has stitch marks as well. So then I just add a little bit of dimensional foam to the balloon. I make sure, by the way, here is where I realized that I did not have the strings to the balloon. So here's one of my little vintage trays where I keep all of my little doodads while I'm crafting. I went ahead and used some of this tacky glue to add the strings, and they were all basically just flowing off to the right. I just picked a direction since I wasn't able to gather them together. Like, they're all just floating, having a good old day, having a good old time. And then I get them all onto the balloons. I also add one to the little balloon once I put the sentiment down. I also put some more dimensional foam under that. Why? Because I'm obsessed with it. And just a little bit of the balloon string. I went ahead and just added that. And then also glued that because you know it's going to get stuck somewhere. But here it is. Here's my card. I hope you guys like it. Let me know what you think. Check out the Pixi Dust Designs for the new release. All of these goodies are there. And, oh, yeah, by the way, I should have probably glued it to the card base. Of course. Why would I, not forget that? So thank you guys for stopping by, and we'll see you guys soon.